Welcome back to Sports Banner. This is Bryce, and I'm joined by Luca, and today we're doing NJPW Sakura Genesis review.
Yeah.
And wow, what a show it's been.
It was better than going into it because I was like, oh, this card stinks. But I mean, I don't think it was an incredible pay-per-view, but it wasn't too disappointing.
I definitely had fun with it. Did you watch the whole show, Luca?
Yeah, I watched every single match
on
the main card, unless if there was some like dark match. I didn't see those.
There wasn't a dark match, luckily. We didn't need to see that. Anywho, first match we're gonna talk about. Obviously, the first match that happened: Dangerous Tekkers and Doki versus G.o.D and Goto. Zack Sabre Jr. He folded up Tonga Loa for the win, and I picked the wrong brother to lose. And I also thought Zack was tapping him out instead of pinning him, but this is basically what I thought would happen.
I like Zack Sabre Jr. and Tai Chi getting the win. I'm saying those two because I feel like there's going to be a title match between those two and G.o.D happening. I think overall the match was decent, probably like a 6 out of 10. It did its job. It had some funny spots. It had some it was pretty average in my opinion, but it wasn't disappointing.
Yeah, and the thing that Tonga Loa said backstage is that he didn't feel that Dangerous Tekkers, he didn't feel like they deserved a title match until Tonga Loa would be, pinned or submitted one-on-one with Zack Sabre Jr. So they're going to have a special singles match at one of the Dontaku shows.
Gotcha.
And also on that same night, I showed you, Luca, that Tai Chi and Tama Tonga are having an Iron Fingers from Hell ladder match.
I'm just gonna keep it real. The iron finger thing that Tai Chi uses, it looks so bad. It looks like a thing of aluminum foil. At least to me. It looks pretty cheesy. But I mean, it's supposed to be funny, I guess.
I mean, it has history.
How long history? Dating back to like the old age? Yeah.
I forget the wrestler's name who had it before in Suzuki-gun. Ishika is his last name. I'm gonna find it. But basically this is like, the Iron Fingers are kind of like, make him go crazy. Like, it makes him go nuts. Because his gimmick was that he's a maniac and like they can't control him. He was in Suzuki-gun. And then he retired. And when he retired, he left his Iron Fingers in the ring. And then Tai Chi picked him up. And so it was kind of like passing down the torch to Tai Chi in Suzuki-gun.
Gotcha.
So the Iron Fingers are very important for Tai Chi, and Tama Tonga wants to make fun of it, treat it as a joke. So I think this match has a lot of history behind it. But the fact that they're having a ladder match for this is kind of weird. I get it, but it's also kind of cheesy. This is New Japan. This is the second ladder match in New Japan history, with the first one with Kenny Omega versus Michael Elgin. But that was for a title. This is for Iron Fingers. So it's quite a contrast.
Yeah. It's gonna be. I think it's gonna be a fun match. Shouldn't take itself too seriously, but hype for that.
Yeah, I agree. All right, so the second match, it was the Chaos team of Yoshihashi, Ishii, Goto, Yano, Okada versus Dick Togo, Ishimori, Yujiro, Kenta, and Evil. And what's up?
What were you going to say? You go.
Oh, well, I was going to just talk about how Yano, he rolled up to Dick Togo, and I wrote in my notes, showing him who the real King of Darkness really is, blindfolding Dick Togo and rolling him up.
That was hard. I actually liked the match. 7 out of 10. I'm okay with Chaos getting the win here. Yano with the pin. Ishii looked really good. Okada was Okada. I'm trying to think on the Bullet Club side if there was anyone that was like, dang, he looks nice. I think it might have been Ishimori, but he wasn't in the match for too long. But yeah, no, it was sort of. I don't know how much meaning this match will have on the long run, but for right now, it was pretty good. So
I could tell you the long run. It didn't directly advance. When I predicted it, I predicted like one of Bullet Club defeating one of the never openweight 6-man tag team champions. But actually, in the backstage comments, Hirooki, Goto, Tomohiro Ishii, and Yoshihashi were pretty ready. They wanted to challenge Kenta, Yujiro, and Taiji Ishimori to those openweight title match. Yeah, and that's actually happening April 20th at Road to Wrestling Dontaku. They're going to be fighting at Korakuen Hall for the never openweight championships. So that's going to be really fun. Wait, what?
We going to that or not?
If only we could go to Korakuen Hall.
That would be cool. Yeah.
I would love that. And also, Toru Yano and Evil are fighting each other for the KOPW 2021 Provisional Trophy.
That is a match that is not up my alley. Two wrestlers I'm not the biggest fans of, so I'd skip that instantly. I don't remember what exactly this... I think this is happening at Wrestling Satsuma no Kuni, if I pronounced that right. It's one of the shows happening, I think, at the end of April. I could be wrong on that. But the stipulation's not known. I honestly feel like it's going to be a blindfold match, and it's going to be weird. What do you think? I know, Luca, you don't like either of these men, Yano and Evil. I think even if it's not like a gimmick kind of match, Yano's still going to win. He ain't losing that thing.
Yeah, I like Yano. Evil's, he's meh.
Yeah, I've always been on the with the Evil. I've never thought he was that great. He's a good wrestler. No, don't get me wrong. He's a good wrestler, but I'm not too into the character and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm not into the Dick Togo distraction.
Get the dick stuff out of here, man.
Yeah, get a new dick.
Exactly.
Anywho, the third match on the card, it was the LIJ versus United Empire match. Shingo Takagi, Sanada, Tetsuya Naito versus Jeff Cobb, Great Khan, and X. And X was Aaron Henare. It was one of the guys that I pretty much predicted. And even though it was the guy that I wasn't like dead set on, it was Henare. And I like the name. Aaron's actually his real name. So they went to that.
He's New Zealand, right? He's from New Zealand?
He's from New Zealand. His new gimmick. I like his gimmick. The entrance music, though. I think that's my favorite part.
Because I'm not familiar with them. What is the gimmick? I just figured that was...
Honestly, the gimmick's kind of like, just from what I've gathered, kind of just this badass who just, doesn't care. He fits with the United Empire.
I think this is probably a massive push for him in a big stable like this building, so it's good for him. The actual match itself was better than the first match, but I don't think it was quite as good as the Chaos versus Bullet Club match. It was about 6.5 out of 10 to me. Aaron looked good. Jeff Cobb looked good. Great Khan was fine, I guess. Naito looked great in this. Shingo looked great in this. I don't remember too much from Sanada, but overall, enjoyable match, but just nothing too big.
And, against what you thought would happen, I told you in the preview that X would be pinning Sanada, and Henare pinned Sanada, but he used a new finisher. It was
what was the finisher?
It was a Death Valley driver, and he calls it the Street of Rage.
Yep.
I liked it. It looked great. I'm digging the Henare stuff. And this is kind of now a rivalry, I guess, with Henare and Sanada, as these two are facing April 26th on the Road to Wrestling Dontaku. It's going to be a special singles match between Aaron Henare and Sanada. So I'm very excited. I'm a little interested what they're doing, because are they really going to make Sanada lose again to Henare?
I would hate to see Sanada lose.
Me too.
It wasn't too long ago he was the guy that was maybe going to win the title, and now he's just doing. And if he loses to Aaron, what does he do next? I don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of what I've said in the preview show about Sonata is that they're really hot or they're really cold with Sonata. New Japan is.
Mm-hmm.
He's either taking the pins or he's getting pushed into the IWGP Championship title picture.
Mm-hmm.
And also, the Great Khan and Tetsuya Naito, I'm a fan of the Great Khan. I like his work. I know you're Luca. You're a little lower.
I'm on the middle. I think for a big guy, he's pretty good, but nothing too impressive to me.
He screams interesting to me. The Great Khan.
Yeah.
And they're actually going to be wrestling at the last night of the Road to Wrestling Dontaku before the Hatsune Miku or the Hatsuma no Kuni shows.
Okay.
So yeah, I don't have a date for that. You can look at it in the New Japan website.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think it's, and then also the thing with Okada and Shingo, we're gonna get to that in the main event, because obviously that's what I was thinking too when I was watching this show, was that I was interested that Okada and Shingo didn't have an angle.
Yeah, and my thinking between the Naito Shingo Sonata match was like, I can't see these guys losing again. Well, it doesn't really matter given what Shingo's gonna go do.
Right.
So it makes more sense now.
Yeah. And all right, so for the fourth match, it was Hiroshi Tanahashi and Satoshi Kojima versus Jay White and Bad Luck Fale. I predicted the match wrong. All right.
I can't remember what I did. I don't remember my predictions. I'm pretty sure I got this one wrong too.
Yeah. Oh, because we both had Bullet Club winning. Hiroshi Tanahashi actually pinned Bad Luck Fale. I didn't think that was going to happen, but with the high fly flow. And after the match, or no, you talk about the match. You like talking about the matches. How did you feel about the match?
I think it was on the same level as the United Empire match. 6.5 out of 10. It was good. I love seeing Jay White and Tanahashi together. Kojima surprised me a lot in this match. He looked solid. Bad Luck Fale was just doing his normal stuff.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see where this goes. Probably Jay White going against Tanahashi again, is there Kojima?
Oh, so you didn't... I guess you didn't see after the match. So after the match, Tanahashi got on the mic and he actually spoke English to Jay White, saying that he accepts Jay White's challenge for the Never Openweight Championship. So,
yep,
it's gonna happen. What's up?
If Jay White wins, he's like the first Grand Slam champion in that promotion.
He is the first
Grand
Grand
Slam,
Slam
which is insane that he would be, and no one else has done that yet. Like someone like Okada hasn't done that yet, which is insane.
I don't think Okada's won the Intercontinental Championship. I think he's only won the IWGP. I think he's only won the main belt.
That's insane. But yeah,
I think that's his gimmick, is that he only cares about the main belt.
I'm just saying, like a guy of his stature. I'm surprised he hasn't done something like that by now.
But yeah,
I feel you.
Jay White versus Tanahashi is happening May 3rd at Wrestling Dontaku Night 1. Night 2 is going to be the World Heavyweight Championship match. But again, we're going to get to that. Something that I think is interesting when I was looking at these cards, May 3rd is actually the first match Jay White's going to have on this tour.
May 3rd? That's almost a month.
He's in none of the Road 2 shows.
He's either going to be like a guest. I'm thinking he's either going to be like, he'll have a surprise match. He might be out ringside. He might he might just be at some of the matches, or maybe he'll hit like a slight gimmick turn or something. I don't
understand, because
he shaves the beard off.
When they do all these preview matches, usually they pit up like they did kind of in Sakura Genesis, Hiroshi Tanahashi and his partner versus Jay White and his partner. And so all the matches on the Road 2 show, the spot that Jay White would be in is replaced by Goto. So I don't know where Jay White's gonna be. Maybe he's hurt.
I don't know either. He could, yeah.
And we're gonna get into somebody else who isn't showing up on the show until at the end of this month, and it's a really big star. But we're gonna get to that in a second. It's Kota Ibushi, but.
Oh, I didn't realize he was injured.
We don't know, but we'll get to that in a second.
Gotcha.
Before that, it was the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Championships. Roppongi 3K challenging Kanemaru and Desperado, and this match didn't disappoint.
Yeah, I loved it. Yeah. I loved it. I guess I'll talk about it. So, I think this was mentioned a couple of weeks ago when I believe it was Sho had his 1v1 against Hiromu. Was it Sho or was it Yo?
It was Sho. Yo just came back from injury.
Yeah, Yo. I think I said in the preview for that I've basically not seen a Sho and Yo match in my life.
Yeah.
And I did a couple days ago in this match against Desperado and Kanemaru, or how do you say it? I'm not
Kanemaru, yes.
Oh, Kanemaru. It was awesome. My one complaint with the match is that, no disrespect to El Desperado, he's an awesome wrestler. It was like almost only him in the ring. I never saw Kanemaru, how do you say it? I barely saw him. I don't know if that's how they usually wrestle, but he was hardly in the match. Yo looks great coming out of that injury. Well, I can't really compare it to what he looked like before, but I mean, he looked fine.
He looks normal.
Yeah, I thought it was a great championship match. I'm glad Sho and Yo won. This is my match of the night.
Yeah,
8 to 8.5 out of 10. I loved it. Yeah.
Yeah, me too. I loved it. I felt I've seen Roppongi 3K matches before. If you want to see good Roppongi 3K matches, I think they've had a couple good matches against the Young Bucks.
Gotcha. Okay.
Those are pretty good. But Roppongi 3K felt different tonight, that night. I don't know why. Just something. Maybe it's their ring gear that was different. Their entrance music was completely different. They just had a different vibe to them, and I think it was really refreshing. And also, Yo has a new finishing move. He calls it the direct drive, and it was weird too because they hit their tag team finisher, and they're pinning Kanemaru, but Desperado broke it up, and then Yo picked up Kanemaru and hit him with the direct drive to win their fifth IWGP Tag Team Championships. This is their fifth reign now, which is cool. After the match, Yo called out El Desperado for a singles match for the Junior Heavyweight Championship, and I'm not too high on it because, like, you came back, you declared that you wanted a tag team match for the titles, you win, but you didn't pin Desperado. Why do you think you can get a Junior Heavyweight Championship match?
I don't know, but I think it should happen because I think it'll be a good match.
Yeah.
I hope El Desperado retains. I hope he retains.
Yeah. I'll tell you what happens. The rematch,
it happened?
The rematch for the Tag Team Championships are happening at April 28th at Wrestling Hatsuma no Kuni. And El Desperado's facing Yo May 4th at Wrestling Dontaku Night 2 for the Junior Heavyweight Championship.
Gotcha. I feel like the rematch... Why is that happening?
Just because Desperado and Kanemaru invoke rematch clause.
Gotcha. I feel like they're not going to win.
Me neither. I think Roppongi 3K is going to win. I honestly... I have something that I want to... I know you're not too familiar with Roppongi 3K, but it's something that I wanted to, like, bring up. I feel like they're trying... You know that Roppongi 3K, they're managed by Rocky Romero, right?
Yes.
I feel like they're trying to... They talked about Rocky Romero, but I feel like they're trying to distance themselves from Rocky.
Well, isn't Rocky doing, like, his own thing right now? Or
yeah,
no?
He's in America on New Japan Strong. But I feel like, because their past entrance theme was produced and sung by Rocky.
Yes, and was it sung or was it rap?
It was a rap. Yeah, it's their entrance theme though. But the fact that, and then it kind of made them into characters like these. The flashy personality of Rocky Romero versus kind of the silent nature of Yo and Sho.
Yeah,
and it made them the cool kids. Now I just feel like with their new entrance theme, they're completely different. It's more focused on Sho and Yo and not Rocky. So I feel in my head that they might split off from Rocky and be their own thing, like Roppongi 3K, just Sho and Yo kicking ass.
It could be, yeah.
That's just what I
But
saw.
I mean, I'm fine with that too.
Yeah, I'm fine either way. That's just how I felt.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, we're getting to the main event, and boy, I told you in the preview show I had a really weird feeling that Ospreay could win.
Yeah.
And it happened.
I'm gonna keep it real. I love Ospreay.
Yeah.
He deserves to have a big championship. I don't know if the timing was right. I mean, I guess Abushi's plans is now to face Jeff Cobb, maybe, because we see in the post match little beatdown that happened.
Right.
But I mean, Abushi, the whole storyline's that he's worked so hard. He is God. He's worked so hard to get these belts, to get the unified belt, and now he just loses it in his first match with it to Will Ospreay.
Well, his first match with it. I mean, he's had both belts since
the unified belt's what I mean.
Yeah. When he actually unified it.
And the big thing, and this is how it's odd to me. I mean, you know the history better than me, Bryce. So you might be like, "Oh, this is uncommon for New Japan," or "This is common for New Japan." But like, what I've noticed in the past couple title reigns is that they last forever. They last very long. If they lose, they get it back. But this is Kota Ibushi's run is giving me a big feeling of the Jay White run when he won the IWGP Heavyweight belt against Tanahashi, and then he loses it to Okada, which that timing seemed weird too. This is just very weird. Great match. I really liked the match. I'm thinking a 7.5 out of 10. Loved the ending. Hidden Blade is probably one of my favorite like active moves right now. It looks hard. It's very good. Very reminiscent of the Randy Orton punt kick. Mainly because it's a like straight object or straight body part straight to the head, and that just looks hard to me. It looks so good. Yeah, great match. Interesting to see what they do with Ibushi. We know what's gonna go on with Will Ospreay. You can talk about that if you want to.
Yeah, but looking at the match, it was a great match. Don't get me wrong. I liked it a lot. There were a few things that had me a little weird. Number one, I feel like Ibushi should have put more of a fight. Like, the thing that kind of got me a little iffy was when Ospreay kicked out of the Kamigoye.
Yeah.
Like, I get it.
Yeah.
It's his move, though. Like, the Kamigoye means surpassing God. And the fact that Ospreay kicks out...
I think they're trying...
It was weird.
They're trying to put over Ospreay more, I guess.
Yeah, but it was really weird to me. And then I thought, okay, it wasn't that bad. But when Ospreay hits one Stormbreaker and Ibushi, God, doesn't kick out, that's what had me a little surprised and a little weirded out.
And I don't remember, I mean, unless I haven't seen the match in a few days, but I don't remember Ibushi doing a tombstone. I don't remember him, like a pile driver. I don't remember him doing his power bomb or anything like that. He didn't really do anything that much.
Oh, well, I mean, he hit the last ride power bomb. I remember that.
He did? Okay.
He did, but yeah, you're right. He didn't get as much offense as I think he would have been.
Yeah.
I feel like, I know this is a weird thing to say, I wish it went longer.
It was like 30 minutes.
Yeah, I wish it went longer, though, because...
And both men can totally go longer.
Yes.
Pause, major pause.
But yeah, like, and Luke, I agree with you overall. Ibushi's reign felt a little stale. Like, it didn't feel good. And I think a lot of it had to do with the unification stuff. It really tainted his reign because, obviously, a lot of us Western fans didn't agree with the unification. Didn't think it should have happened. And I think it was weird, too. It might have turned people against Ibushi.
I don't think... Well, I mean, obviously, it's not... Was Ibushi, like, non-kayfabe? Was he really wanting to, like, yo, NJPW producers, we gotta unify the belts? I don't think it was Ibushi's idea.
It was his idea, actually.
Really?
I'll give the backstory behind it. It was his idea, but his idea was that unifying the belts would honor both lineages of the titles. I didn't like that. I was on Team Naito when Naito wanted to keep him separate. And the thing with Naito, too, is that Naito wanted to be the last Intercontinental Champion. That if they were going to stop with because everyone wants the IWGP belt. If they were going to stop being having the IC champion, Naito wanted to be the last one.
Mm-hmm.
Because he thought that had a lot of value. And I didn't want to see them unified, but
I didn't want to see them unified either.
it was Ibushi's idea. And yeah, I mean, so that kind of was weird. Mm-hmm. And then there's the fact that Ibushi probably it's just there's nothing memorable, but I'll tell you what, I think Ospreay was the right decision to win the belt. Just because of all the shows coming up, they're more fresh matchups. I feel like I've seen Ibushi with everyone at this point.
Well, to be fair, we did see. So we'll might as well just say it now.
Okay.
After the match, Ospreay was talking smack, all that stuff. Shingo Takagi and Kazuchika Okada come out, and Ospreay says he'll first go against Takagi, and then after that match he'll go against Okada. We've seen both of those matches this year, so why those two are his first opponents? That's not really fresh, especially the Shingo one, which just happened.
Yeah, but
now both matches will be awesome, definitely. And they fit with the storyline, but it's not fresh.
Honestly, though,
I agree with the notion that I've seen everyone against Abushi. That's true.
I think for me, I'd rather see Ospreay versus Shingo and Ospreay versus Okada. I'd rather see that than Ibushi. I just think an Ospreay match kind of it excites me more.
Gotcha.
At this point, like no offense to Ibushi. Ibushi's awesome. I just think that Ospreay is fresh.
Mm-hmm.
He is a fresh champion. This is his time. I feel like I'm really afraid of this. I feel like Ospreay is dropping the belt at the Tokyo Dome to Okada. I hope it doesn't happen. I'm not too much of a fan of that happening because it reminds me of Madison Square Garden where Jay White had this good run and then Okada beat him in Madison Square Garden.
Why have two quick heavyweight runs though? Might as well just let Ibushi keep it and lose to Okada.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really make sense.
The thing is though, I feel...
hang on. You know what would have been fi is if Okada beats Ibushi for the belt, and then later this year, like December or something like that, November, Ospreay beats Okada for the belt. That seems like a bigger win for Ospreay because he hates Okada.
Yeah,
that, to me makes more sense. But
I feel that
I don't know.
Ospreay winning and the fact that Okada beat Ospreay at Wrestle Kingdom gave gave Okada more of a reason to challenge. Yeah, because he's like, I've beaten you before. Like I can beat you again, and it's for the title.
Ospreay wins. Yeah.
Yeah. Either way, I don't think Ospreay's gonna hold the belt until Wrestle Kingdom. I think he's gonna drop it.
Yeah. Maybe. Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna be short. But I mean, okay, Ibushi's reign was like, it was 4 months. Wasn't the shortest of reigns.
It was like 3 months and like a week.
You're right.
You got in January. Yeah, January, February, March, in like a week.
Which, again, I think the best Ibushi match from that reign was Ibushi versus Jay White at night 2.
Yeah,
of Wrestle
Kingdom.
Kingdom.
Was really good. That was like very
38-minute match.
I'll never forget that match. Is incredible. I remember when like Ibushi hits Jay White with the might have been the Kamigoya, pins him, and then Goto pulls him out, and Kevin Kelly goes, "Gosh dang you, Goto!" It was so funny. Yeah, that was a great match. I'm gonna give you a random prediction. This is going off the rabbit hook.
Okay.
Right quick to end the video, or possibly end the video.
To end the video.
Say Jay White has his title match against Tanahashi for the never openweight belt. Jay White wins. Who's gonna challenge him next? Naito. I want to see that. I want to see Naito versus Jay White. That's something that's sort of piquing my interest right this second.
Yeah, I'm gonna build on something else with that. Well, with Jay White, because I like Jay White so much.
Yeah, he's a beast.
Let's say Okada wins at the Tokyo Dome Wrestling Grand Slam.
And Jay White gets his revenge. Oh, that would be insane.
I think Jay White wins the G1, faces Okada at Wrestle Kingdom.
I've had him winning the G1 the past 2 years, and he gets so close and can't do it.
I thought he was gonna win the G1 this year over, I think it might have been Abushi.
Mm-hmm.
and then Ibushi ended up winning, and then Jay White ended up beating Ibushi and taking his contract. I think Jay White might win the J1 this year.
J1.
It's gonna be the J1.
You know, if we're doing G1 predictions already, let me give you my random G1 prediction. Let's go with Andrade. Sure, he'll come back for the G1. Andrade.
Low key feeling Shingo Takagi.
B Priestley. First woman to win. That would be insane, dude. I would love that. I think that's enough.
I think that's enough fantasy booking for today. If you like this video, like, comment, subscribe for more New Japan, more sports in general.
Yeah.
And until next time, we'll see you guys in the next video.
See ya.